Okay, everyone, I'm gonna tie dye, and I thought I would just do it live. So I'm gonna set up, and this is my very expert setup because this is the wrong hand to put the glove on. This is a very expert setup because I am just working with what I have. I would love to get a rack table, like a table that's just a big rack. So that way I don't have to like set up all these stools and stuff. But here's what I do to set up my stool. I also hope that my microphone is my headphones. Okay, there's a fly in here, so hopefully I don't trap it. Okay, it flew away. So I use these stools and I put this trash bag over it. We're gonna do a gravity ice dye. So what that means, and I'm no expert, this is just my latest hobby. So what a gravity ice dye is, the ice dye is just the technique. Like you put ice on the clothes, you put the dye on top. You could even do it in the reverse order. You could do a little bit of both. I've never done both, but I did have a mess up on one, the hoodie that you saw me wearing yesterday. And I did do a second dye, which I'm pretty sure is a cardinal sin in tie dyeing, but I had to do what I had to do because the first option was absolutely hideous. So here's what I've done. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to set up a little rack in between. So I have pre-soaked the hoodies. I'm dyeing hoodies. They're in this container. And all this stuff is just courtesy of the fact that my boyfriend bought this bucket to put rice in, and he like works his wrists to get like fighting wrists or something. I don't know. He does martial arts. But I benefit from it because I just use his stuff. So I have pre-soaked these in water that I mix something called soda ash into. What is soda ash? I don't know what its actual use is other than for tie-dyeing. I hear that you use it as pool supplies, but I'm not sure. I'm already out of breath because I ate a lot of pasta before this, and then now I'm doing this. Okay, and that's dog hair and my hair. It's not my boyfriend's hair because he has a shaved head. Okay, here's more hair. So, you know what? I've been using the same bucket for a little bit, so probably some hair got traveled into it. Okay, so soda ash. It raises the pH of the clothing, which makes it more accepting of the dye that you put on it. And then you also, okay, I'm going to set this down. And then we'll get there, but you also sprinkle soda ash on the top. So, okay, let me get this set up. So, here's my dyes. Here's some sponges. And here's tongs. We don't need any of that. So I'm going to open this one. And I can't poke a hole in my gloves because I only have the one pair. And I'm going to take, okay, we're doing this black again. So I'm going to take this rack. And then I wedge it in between the tables, or the stools. But for me, they're tables right now. And it's been raining, so hopefully it doesn't rain again because that's going to mess me up. Okay. Okay, back to wringing this out. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I'm going to wring this one out. We're doing a black one, and then we're doing a green one. And this is not bodybuilding related, if you didn't notice. So I'm going to wring this out. And you don't want to get soda ash on your hands because they get so dry and they crack open. And I already am a germaphobe. So I wash my hands constantly, so they just crack open naturally. Okay. So when you're dyeing this stuff, at least for the kind of dye I'm using, which is ice dye, it's like fiber reactive dye, whatever that means. I mean, it reacts on natural fibers. That's what. Oh no, ice got it on me. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, has to be natural fibers. Otherwise, it won't take the dye. So this is 90% cotton, 10% synthetic, but it still takes the dye really well. Okay, so I'm wringing it out. It's about to get really exciting. Oh, I forgot that when you go live, it's probably not people that are just subscribed to me. So thank you for the tattoo comment. This might be the first time some of the people who do subscribe to me have seen my arms. Okay, here we go. Oh no, it's gonna get under the glove. Okay, so which one is this? So I tied it with sinew, which is like a wax-coated, okay, this is the one I'm gonna do black. It's a wax-coated string. and you tie it really tightly around. I feel let this hang. You tie it really tightly around the fabric, and then that creates a waterproof. I won't touch those areas. So I'm going to make sure that those are straight up, and there's already some dye on this bowl because I'm just going to use the same one anyway. So, okay, I'm going to get all of those little bundles face up. So it looks like I have 4. Okay. And I'm going to put them in this colander so that the ice, when it melts, it just seeps through. Okay, I think there's only 4, so I'm just going to go with it, but will I regret that? Okay, there might be 5. That's fine. So see, there's already some old dye on here. So it's like purple and black and stuff. I'll show you. Muscle on the arms. I would like to focus on your core. Oh. Okay, Jedediah. Okay. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to let this fall off. Anything that's not tied, I'm going to let it kind of just fall off of the edge. Because you want, that's the gravity part of it. So this is just going to hang off. And then as the ice melts, it's going to go to the edge of the fabric. So it will get lighter as it goes down. Okay. And then I'm going to get my dye. So I'm going to use a color called Hot Black. Where is it? Okay. So Hot Black. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to do this without a glove on so I can show you what's happening. And I don't know if anyone will actually be interested in this, but if you are, it's your lucky day. Okay. So I'm going to take the dye, and then I want most of it. I want the most, okay, I should flatten this. So I want it to be darkest at the little tip of each of these little nubs I've created. I want that to be in the bowl. Okay. So obviously I'm already getting dye everywhere. Oh, I filled my bucket. One sec. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take this bucket so the ice has something to melt into. It's just the perfect size. Okay, here we go. Otherwise it dyes the concrete, which it has. Okay. So here we are. I don't want to lose any of this dye. Okay. So what's going on? What's going on with everyone today? And then how ice dye works is it splits into the colors that it's composed of. So I'm going to move this. So you can see like pinks, blues. Those are the colors that the dye is mixed into. So it will split into that. So I'm going to do this black hoodie, and then I'm going to do a green. And it's not going to be perfect the way that I put this on. Not that anyone cares. Yes, I am making a dyed shirt. Oh. Okay, yeah. If your sound isn't good, I'm kind of pretty far in. So I won't be able to do anything about that. I don't really know how to get my YouTube on my phone to connect to a specific microphone. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I'm just going to put a bunch on because I've kind of lost the plot on where all this stuff is. And if it doesn't turn out okay, it's not for me anyway, so it's honestly fine. Okay, so here we go. It's pretty repetitive. And then I'm going to put ice on top. Okay, we're almost done, I think. And I can add more dye later if it's necessary. Hopefully it won't be necessary because, I mean, I can add more dye, but I don't know why I said that because I'm not going to. Because I don't think you're supposed to, even if I can. Okay, here we go. Any more? I guess I could just use the rest. Okay, so that is all of the dye I have of this hot black color. There we go. Okay. So Okay, that's that. Now I need to do the green shirt. Okay, here we go. I need to spray this off of these gloves. Okay. It's kind of a long process. It takes a long time to process at the end. Okay. So now that I've got this dye off of my arm, I was going to go to the gym after this, but now that I've turned it into a whole ordeal, is that going to happen? I don't know. Okay. So where am I now? Okay. Now I'm going to take this other rack and okay, I have to put this somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it underneath this rack to elevate it. And then I'm going to take this other one and lay it on top. And then I'm going to add a bunch of greens. Okay, looks like there's definitely dye in this bin, so it's just what it is. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to open all these colors. So we just used hot black on that one. And now I'm going to use a bunch of like earthy greens. So we have Dharma's not Shiitake mushroom. We're going to use Celadon. Where's moss? Okay, sea glass, that's fine. And then we have, I have more dye upstairs. I'm on. Okay, I guess I'll just show you how I finish this one. So, I have ice, and then I'm going to fill up this colander with the ice. First, like that. And then I'm going to take this other ice that I made and I'm going to put it in. It's probably driving people crazy that I'm doing it like that. Then I'm going to put it in this colander. I'm going to fill it up and it's going to process for like, I don't know, however long till it melts. And I'm going to add more ice. And that's basically it because I have to go get more dye from inside. So thanks for watching. Maybe you learned something. Okay, bye. Bye.